Look around you. Every object in your room was once invisible. A thought in someone's head, a vibration that condensed into form. The truth is, nothing begins in the physical. Everything begins in you, in the one place most people never learn to master, the mind. Lock in. Today's topic is fire, and these techniques will flip your whole life. Also, if I've helped you grow spiritually in any way through these videos, post a yes in the chat or down in the comments. Okay, so everything, and I mean everything, begins in the mind. Not your brain, your mind. That invisible field of awareness where thoughts take shape and become form. So, the mind is the root cause of all reality. I am mine. You are mine. Every living being in this physical dimension is an expression of mind in motion. Mind is the invisible substance behind all visible things. I'm going to say that again. Mind is the invisible substance behind all visible things. It is what mystics call God, what scientists call energy, and what sages simply call frequency. Before anything appears in physical form, it exists first as a mental image, then as vibration, and finally as matter. That's the hidden hierarchy: thought, imagination, energy, form, or what the ancients summarized in one phrase: all is mind. Once you understand that everything begins in thought, you start to see how easily thought can be manipulated. The word government literally comes from govern, to control, and mente, from Latin meaning mind. To govern the mind is to govern the man. Look around. You're inside a perception war. Layoffs trending, rent spiking, headlines screaming bubble. Culture wars bait your outrage. Feeds reward your doom scroll. News, entertainment, social, even productivity, apps all point at one target: your attention, so they can program how you think, speak, and create. Information shapes perception. Perception edits your nervous system. Your nervous system filters reality. So what feels real is mostly what you've been trained to see. Here's the pivot. Reality is a level of realization. Shift what you realize, and you shift what you materialize. Say it with me. What you normalize, you authorize. What you rehearse, you reverse or repeat. What you realize, you materialize. Master this. Stay awake to the programming, especially now, when you can feel the shift in the air. I'm not getting into politics or money, but you know it too. Something's different. Pay attention. Tune your mind before the world tunes it for you. All right, so you have two main aspects of mind: the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is the thinker, the approximately 10% of awareness that observes, decides, and reacts. It uses your five senses. It reasons. It analyzes. It's the part of you listening to this message right now. Your phone pings. We need to talk. You notice a spike of anxiety. Pause, breathe, and choose a response. Cool. What time works? That pause plus choice is your conscious mind steering. The subconscious mind is the silent architect. It stores memories, habits, beliefs, emotions, the programs installed by repetition or shock. It doesn't argue or judge. It just runs what it's been fed. You drive home on autopilot and barely remember the turns, or you hear a certain tone of voice and tense up before you can think. That's a subconscious program firing, habit and emotion running the show. If your conscious mind is the captain, your subconscious is the ship. And the ocean you sail on, that's your emotional energy. So, when a thought carries emotion, it impresses the subconscious. When a thought is repeated, it becomes automatic. That's how behavior, fear, confidence, and even destiny are programmed. The subconscious learns through repetition and feeling. Do something often enough, and it becomes you. Feel something strongly enough, and it gets written into you. That's why you can tie your shoes, drive a car, or type your password without thinking. Those actions are stored programs. Let's say years ago, Someone embarrassed you for speaking up in class. Now, as an adult, every time you're in a meeting and want to share an idea, your chest tightens, your voice fades, and you second guess yourself. That's not your present self. It's the old wound running the show from the background. The memory isn't in your thoughts anymore, but the emotion is still stored in your body in subconscious patterning. Every word you speak, every emotion you feel, every image you hold in your imagination, it all tells the subconscious, this is who I am. This is what I expect, and it obeys. Most people miss this. The subconscious is literal and self-referential. It doesn't track me versus them, and it doesn't keep calendars. It only knows now. So when you drag someone, she's lazy, he's a fraud, they'll never win. Your subconscious tags those statements as self-descriptions and starts filtering your behavior to match. When you wish harm, it treats that as an instruction about the world you live in and the role you play inside it. That's why the ancients said, treat others as you wish to be treated. Not just morality, mechanics. What you feed attention, you animate. What you feel toward another, you plant in yourself. For example, check this out. There is strong hatred for President Trump and this administration. You catch yourself thinking and saying, he's corrupt, selfish, and unfit. People like that should never lead. Without noticing, your subconscious hears. Leadership equals attack target. Leadership equals corrupt. Next month, you shy away from a team lead role, over-explain simple decisions, and avoid visibility. Result, you stay small. Your words about him became limits about you. Or, what about the folks that hate the Democrats? You repeat, they're lazy, want handouts, and dodge responsibility. Your subconscious logs, I'm lazy, responsibility is heavy, effort gets avoided. You procrastinate on workouts, delay tough emails, and settle for good enough. Result, your output slips, not because of politics, but because your inner script trained you to see effort as suspect. Every night before sleep, the conscious mind shuts down and the subconscious becomes wide open, receptive. That's your gateway. Use that time to speak directly to the architect. As you drift to sleep, visualize the version of you that already exists in the reality you desire. Feel it as real, not as fantasy, but as memory. Don't wish, assume. Whisper it internally, I am healthy. I am free. I am wealthy. I am loved. These statements, when felt, bypass logic and sink straight into the subconscious, where they begin constructing the circumstances to match your belief. When you wake, notice the subtle changes, new ideas, impulses, opportunities, or coincidences. That's your subconscious translating vibration into form. So, for example, while you're half asleep, phone face down. In your mind, you open your banking app, the number clears the bill with space, a payment notification slides in. You breathe out that easy, quiet, of course. You lock the phone, roll over, and that feeling, handled, follows you into sleep. Next morning, you clean up an invoice template, send 2 messages you've been putting off. That afternoon, someone replies you didn't expect. Log it. That's the architect moving bricks. This is about mastering your reality. I don't nail it every time, but I keep practicing, and I'm here to put the game plan in your hands. So again, the conscious mind is logical, limited, and slow. A spotlight that can only illuminate one small patch of reality at a time. It plans, compares, questions, and narrates. It's the strategist at the table, moving pieces on the board. The subconscious is illogical, infinite, and instant. A floodlight that runs the whole building. It breathes you, beats your heart, stores your memories, automates your habits, and organizes your perception so the world seems consistent. It doesn't argue, it obeys. So, the conscious chooses the seed, the subconscious grows the forest. Give it an image with feeling and it builds roots, soil, weather. Then hand you a harvest that matches the seed, not your opinions about it. If you feed your mind fear, gossip, and worry, don't be surprised when life mirrors that vibration. You can't plant thorns and expect roses. The subconscious doesn't moralize, it materializes. One more thing is, the conscious speaks in words. The subconscious speaks in pictures, sensations, and emotion. The conscious works with effort. The subconscious works with repetition and intensity. The conscious sets a goal. The subconscious sets the default. When the image and the feeling agree, the subconscious says yes. When they conflict, I'm confident, spoken with a tight chest and clenched jaw, the subconscious believes the body, not the sentence. Here it is, plain and simple. I'm revisiting this because questions about the mind's power are rising, especially in today's climate. Never forget, the mind is the root cause of all reality. Hold that, and you'll steer what unfolds next. If this shifted you spiritually, drop a yes in the comments or chat. And when you're done, check out my videos on frequency and my series on Christ consciousness. They pair perfectly with today's topic and will take you deeper into the practice.